This morning, I was reading a passage on prayer in the book, The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. After reading it, for some reason I remembered a fascinating story that was told to me by a lady who I met in Sarasota, Florida around 7 years ago. The lady's name was Lisa, and she was a good friend of one of my friends. I remember my friend telling me that you've got to meet Lisa and hear her story. It'll blow you away. She had heard that I was an author, and she told me that she was working with a ghostwriter and that there was an interest in turning her story into a movie after the book was finished. This obviously cranked up my curiosity, and I asked her what her book was about. She told me that she was a professional offshore powerboat racer, and she was pretty much the best female racer in the world. That in itself was pretty impressive, but that was just the beginning of the real story. Lisa told me about an incredible bad crash she had in a race where her boat had gone airborne and flipped over while she was going well over 100 miles per hour. The crash was so severe that the boat broke apart, and the cockpit that she was in ended up floating upside down, trapping her. The cockpit then filled with seawater, and before the rescue boat could get to her, she drowned and was technically dead. The rescuers were able to revive her and bring her back to life, but what happened next was even more dramatic. Just after they got her breathing on the back of the boat, the driver of the boat gunned the throttle and Lisa went flying off the back of the boat and actually drowned for a second time. Lisa then pulled out her iPhone, and she showed me the actual video that someone had shot, which showed her falling off the rescue boat and then being retrieved from the water. The video then showed the EMTs performing CPR on her for what seemed like 5 minutes. Lisa then described to me what she was experiencing while they tried to bring her back to life. She told me that she could literally hear every single individual prayer being prayed by the fans who were watching from shore. I'm pretty spiritual, but I had never heard anything like this before. She then said that she was in a state of total peace and love, and that it was her choice to return to this life or to go forward. Based on hearing the prayers, she decided to return and live. Your prayers are very real, and they are being heard. If you don't believe me, just ask Lisa.